Everyone has wanted this ship for the past several years. Well, it's here. I don't know who's happy about it anymore though, because you're going to have to earn her. More on that. Why was everyone so excited for this ship to begin with? I really don't know. Having played PC WoWs back in the day, it's just Hindenburg. It's another one of the tech tree stock tier 10 ships. In wowsl though, it is the first legendary German cruiser, so I guess that's kind of a big deal. Anytime anything German comes to this game, it is a big excite. I do feel like maybe there was a need for more mid-caliber cruisers, you know, like most of the cruisers at LT are big giant super cruisers with 305mm guns like the Stalingrad and the Alaska. So having more ships like this with 8-inch shells was needed. You know, I feel like the ship would have been better received about 2 or 3 years ago. But anyways, here's the initial build. I tested. It seemed to work out okay. The turret traverses below 25 seconds, so not terrible. Prop mod, conceal, and reload. I am using a premium commander, Ragerwald. It is perfect for this ship, but if you're free to play, use Muller and just go full DPM. I think that's what you should do. Fully packed in the last spot. You could maybe test out Emergency Bell because this ship is rather sluggish. So yeah, check that out. Mbeli Makawa are my usual very uninspired inspirations because I have become very lazy after playing this game for 6 years. On to the ship stats, she has a chunky HP pool, and compare her to the Venezia, the DM, and the Zao, the other 8-inch gun cruisers, and yes, Hindenburg is tanky. The gun reload is 9.8, so you're going to have a little better HE DPM than the Zao. Not quite as good as the DM. The quarter pin, though, on the HE is going to make up for this. I think you pin 34mm of armor, so lots less shattering going on than DM, Zao. And if you're using HE in Venezia, you should uninstall this game. The AP DPM is crazy on Hindenburg, so use the AP as much as possible. I think I was just kind of figuring that out on my own towards the end of my matches. Like HE spam is great with a quarter pin, but man, the AP is crazy. Like at, I don't know, 12, 14 kilometers, you can be hitting battleships in the side for 8, 10K. It is crazy. AA DPS is 411 and that ranks low, but at least most of the grunt is out at 5km, so I guess it's okay. Now the downsides. The ship is not very maneuverable. 31.5 knots makes it slower than the defense? Really? My gosh. The defense looks like it's about as hydrodynamic as my bathtub. I don't understand how that ship goes faster than Hindenburg, but anyways. Balance. Concealment is 14.2. That is up there with the Henry and the Stalingrad, meaning it is very bad. That is why I went with concealment module. We were already getting focused pretty hard, and I imagine this ship will get focused down very hard in the future because there's probably a lot of players that aren't going to get it, so I would run concealment. Armor. You're mostly wrapped in 30. It's going to protect you against those American BB mains sitting at the back of the map with their 406mm gun battleships. You can absolutely bully Colombo and Burgonia, of course, if you angle, and they can't even overmatch your bow, so actually just do whatever you want to Colombo and Burgonia and hope they don't load HE. You have a turtleback armor scheme. You have, well, let's just say this ship is massive and it feels like a huge target, including the superstructure. Beware of the Brisbane and the Worcester. They can absolutely farm you because they have 30mm pin. So yeah, be cautious about that. The turrets are also like paper. They will get knocked out very easily. Early game stats look something like this. Strong XP and damage. However, it is such a stupid small sample size. It probably doesn't really mean anything. We'll have to test and play more. The matches were really weird yesterday. I only played 6, but I played against the same players over and over again, including 50% of those matches featuring another CC, PG Rapids. Statistically, I don't know how that's possible. Like I went and made a snack in between matches. I made a cup of coffee in between. Anyways, yeah, it was very weird. So unsure what was up with the matchmaking, but we called it good at 6. This game turned out to be a good one though. I think you will enjoy it. We creeped up over 200k, so it'll be worth your watch. Now maybe we should address the elephant in the room, though this is not an April Fool's joke. This will be the last video I plan to make on this channel, and I don't plan to be a CC for WoWs anymore. Wowsl. As much as people might hope this is related to the way that the Hindenburg came to the game, it's not. Now, I'll be the first to say putting this ship Hindenburg, what is essentially a tech tree ship. Really, that's what LT ships are to me. You know, the Hindenburg is a continuation of the Rune, the Worcester is a continuation of the Seattle, and so on and so forth. So that's how I see LT ships, and making it a 3 update grind is crazy to me. It will be the dead of summer before you can get this thing, and that is just wild. Now, Wargaming did a breakdown video. Yeah, it required its own separate video to explain how to get this ship, so you can find it on their official channel. Just YouTube it, so I won't waste my breath talking about all of the hoops you have to jump through to get the Hindenburg. Long-term watchers of my channel will recognize the next words out of my mouth. This ship's not worth it. I was expecting to take this thing out and it be like the tier 6 Weimar back in the day, if you know, you know, or Mine CE, where when you queue up in this thing, you are almost guaranteed the win because the ship is just so strong. You can do everything. You can bully any ship in the game. I don't get that vibe with the Hindenburg. She's strong in certain situations, but is hard countered by BBs with 457mm overmatch. There are a few of those in the game now, and there will be more coming. Don't forget about the Kremlin, the Satsuma, the Thunderer, the whatever thing that they make up next. You know, there are going to be a lot more overmatched battleships coming to the game, and everyone that enters the game will power creep the Hindenburg a little bit more. I think the ship can be countered by HE spam from the light cruisers we talked about, Worcester and Brisbane with 1/5 pin. The ship has terrible concealment, horrible maneuverability, bad gunfiring angles, and I just have a lot of bad things to say about it, I suppose. The speed makes getting into a brawl very difficult. I feel like this is really more of a mid to long range ship, although we are pushing in here because the map just really, I don't feel like I had any other options, and I wanted to take advantage of our Smallland, Holland, whatever it is, pushing over this way to try to clap the gearing, so that is what we are doing at this time. But usually this is a ship that you want to stay at mid to long ranges, farm with HE AP when you have it, because getting into brawls can be kind of dangerous up here at this tier. Granted, later on in this match, we will have a brawl, so for your viewing pleasure coming up, the Hindenburg. I mean, the 1/5 pin, it's amazing. 5.7 kilometer sonar is great, and you can be tanky. There are good things to the ship, no doubt, but I really don't feel like it is this be-all, end-all. If I had to win a game and my life depended on it, I would still take out that floating shoe called the Defense. Yeah, go watch some other CCs and see what their takes are, but that's really all I have to say about that. No, the real reason I am stepping away from YouTube, from Derka Games, from wowsl, I'll still play the game, but stepping away from being a CC and having that responsibility is time. Last year, I started a family, and I also quit my 9-to-5 job, and here will be some deep conversation for you. So maybe I'm delusional, but when I was younger, I caught this bug that I just didn't want to conform with what everyone was doing. You know, get good grades in high school so you can get into a good college. Get good grades in college so you can get a good job. Now work in that career until you're 65, and then you can retire and die. Pretty dark, huh? It's not all bad though, because you get to take one vacation a year. So I've always been bothered by that narrative of, you know, how we're supposed to live our lives, have a family, move to the suburbs, buy a couple cars, you know, that like, that's life. It's not really how I want to live my life. So yeah, I'm not the kind of person that can do something half-hearted, and in this case, that is this YouTube channel. So if I'm going to be Derka Games, I want to delve deep into it, provide good information for you guys, interact with the community, which, as you might note, I don't do a very good job of anymore, and I want to keep getting better at it and make better and better content, and all of that takes time, and it's just time that I don't have anymore. And not to get too deep on you, but I would just say, protect your time at all costs. It is the most valuable commodity you have. Now ask yourself if grinding for the Hindenburg for the rest of the spring and summer is worth it. I do still plan to play wowsl, so I'll probably see you on the high seas. I won't be like T-Bull and just, you know, ghost you forever. So feel free to send me a message if you see me on Xbox. Interacting with the community has been really the most fun part of this whole experience, I would say. Aside from some bad eggs and chronic complainers, this is a pretty good video game community. Lots of cool creators, lots of great players. It's cool to see comp heating up and getting more serious. And it's still a super fun game, I have to say. Aside from some of the monetization stuff, it's a good game. It's fun. The dev team is pretty cool, and I feel like they mostly listen. There are plenty of complaints I could throw out right now, but most of you know that's not really my style. I always try to focus on the positive side of things. Life is too short to have a victim mentality about everything, and also life's too short to complain about a video game. Is it unfair that Hindenburg didn't come straight to Bureau? Sure, but in the grand scheme of things, does it really matter? No. Ask yourself, in 5 years from now, will I say, man, I wish I had ground my way up to the Hindenburg. What a missed opportunity. And if you can't say that, then just move on and focus on, more important areas of your life. The final things I have to say before we shut this thing down. Yoink lives on, and it will be headed by You Sank Me and Popcorn. The Discord server lives on as well. Zwei is your new draconian overlord. Good luck to all of you. Special thanks to those hopefully forever friends that I've met along the way. I look forward to meeting you guys in person one day, and yeah, we'll try not to get emotional. A super big thank you to those generous donors to the channel, especially when we did charity stuff. You know who you are. There are so many of you that I couldn't, say. Demo-Impact comes to mind. Guy always gave in a huge way, so thank you very much. Jesse as well. But there are so many of you, I'm going to feel bad if I miss someone. A final thank you to those who helped along the way. This has been a super fun journey. Gauzy Gaming was the first other creator that ever acknowledged my existence. He and Juice to Goose brought me into a stream all those years ago. Aaron gets my sweeping endorsement for the CC you should go watch. His content is great. He's a stupid good player. He has small calf muscles though, but if you can get past that, you can learn a lot from him. MetaJerk, once upon a time, let me voice over a vid on his channel. I've never forgotten that, so thank you. Tommy Boy for the fun times we had streaming and just being a nice guy all around. The community managers, Blip, Boss, they've always been super nice and helpful. Orochi, Sihales as well, always taking care of the channel so that we could make things more fun for the viewers and giving you guys cool stuff, hopefully. I don't want to forget anyone. If I did, I am sorry, but this is Derka signing off. I won't catch you in the next one.